South Davis, welcome back. I hope you had a great week. Today I'm going to read you some stories. And I know that South Davis has a story hour going, and maybe you've seen some other teachers read you stories on Facebook or through our different resources. But today I'm going to read you some rhythm stories. And to help us read some stories, we're going to get our mind going in a meter today, my rhythm stories. And let's listen to my chant and see if you can decide at home if my chant is in duple meter or triple meter. Remember, duple meter groups of two, do, day, do, day, do, day, do, or triple meter groups of three, do-da-dee, 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 do. Listen to my chant and see what meter we're in today. Here we go. Rainbows and smiley faces decorate the driveway. Now we'll add some rhythm stories. Write them each your own way. Rainbows and smiley faces decorate the driveway. Now we'll write some rhythm stories. Write them each your own way. What meter did you audiate? Awesome. I audiated duple meter too. This time would you move the macro beat and chant do, do, do. Listen to my chant again. Rainbows and smiley faces decorate the driveway. Now we'll add some rhythm stories. Write them each your own way. Rainbows and smiley faces decorate the driveway. Now we'll add some rhythm stories. Write them each your own way. Good work. Okay, so now we know we're in duple meter, and today my rhythm stories are going to be in duple meter too. I wrote you some ahead of time, and the first one I'm going to read to you today is called South Davis Strong. So would you follow along and listen to my first duple meter story? Before I read, let's notice a few things. We know we're in duple meter because we see my 4/4 time signature that tells me there's 4 macro beats in each measure, and my macro beat is a do right now. And let's take a look really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. We did it. There's 4 macro beats in each line of my story, or measure in this case, okay? And you can see we've used a few different rhythm patterns. We've used do, we've used doot day, we've used doot-to-data, and I even spot a rest. That's right. Will you listen while I read you my story, please? Doot day, do, listen while I read. Doot day, doot-to-data, doot day, do, doot-to-data, do. Did you follow along? Great work. Okay, would you take your audiation finger? Activate it. Would you audiate my story this time? Good work. Thanks for audiating with me. And last but not least, let's read our story together. South Davis Strong, read it by my friends. Do, day, do, will you read with me? Do, day, do-to-data, do, day, do, do-to-data, do. Nice job. Okay, I have one more story I wrote for you ahead of time. Let's read it together. This one's called Finding the Positive. That's my main goal each day, is to find things that make me happy and feel good, even though there's lots of stuff going on right now. Okay, so my story looks a little different this time. Instead of just 4 macro beats on each line, I added more than that. And when we do more than 4 beats, that's fine, but we need to show how we're separating that somehow. So in music, we use a bar line. It's kind of like a comma, right? When we write a sentence, we put a comma between 2 different ideas. Well, in music, after we've written so many rhythms, right, or so many notes, then we have a comma or a bar line before we start a new idea. But still, in each measure, we're going to have 4 macro beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you ready to listen to my story? Finding the positives. Do, day, do, will you listen today? Do, day, do, day, do. Do-to-data, do. Do, day, do. Do-to-data, do. Do-day, do. Great job. It was a little longer because each line has 2 measures, or 4 macro beats plus times 2, so 8 beats in each measure, or each line. Okay, let's take our audiation finger, activate it, And would you audiate this story for me? Do, day, do, will you audiate? Do, day, do. Let's read it today together. Do, day, do, day, do. 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 Awesome. Now, I wrote these stories ahead of time on my whiteboard, but I know that you've written stories with me in my room too, and I think today would be a great day to write some stories together. But instead of writing them in our normal way, I thought it would be really fun this week to take ourselves outside. And just like my chant suggested, instead of writing them on paper or a whiteboard or something inside, maybe we could go outside and write them on the sidewalk or the driveway with some sidewalk chalk. Now, if you don't have sidewalk chalk, it's totally okay. My idea earlier was that you could draw it on a piece of paper, your rhythm story, and you could even put it in your window, like people are putting rainbows, and then when people go by, they could check out your rhythm stories and maybe even try to read them, right? Like you're leaving a note for someone, just like you left notes or wrote notes to people who are helping out right now last week. If they're on your driveway or on your sidewalk, then maybe as people pass down the street, they'll try to read your stories, and you could even kind of write back and forth from a safe distance from some friends and see what you come up with. So, you ready to go outside? Okay, here we go. I'm going to put my jacket on because it's chilly. Earlier it was snowing today. Even if it's cold out though, that's okay. You don't have to wait till it's really warm to go out. It feels good to have some fresh air each day. So we can do that. So I'm going to grab my jacket and I'm going to grab my sidewalk chalk and we're going to go outside. Hopefully it won't be too cold today, but even if it is, that's what a jacket's for. Let's see. Oh, the sun's kind of out though. That's a good thing. And I'm going to see if there's a good spot in my driveway where there's not too many pinwheels or things that have fallen off the trees as they start to bud. It's a little windy, but that's okay. Not as bad as the other day. That was really windy. Okay, I'm going to place you here, and we're going to see if we can use some sidewalk chalk. So I brought out my big bin that I have. If you have one piece left, though, that's okay. If you want to use lots of colors, that's okay. Whatever you have at home, you can make it work for this project. So I'm going to pick a color that hopefully you'll be able to see in my video. So let's do it in blue today. Here's my blue chalk. So I'm going to start with just writing 4 macro beats. My stories inside were a little longer, but we can just do 4 macro beats to start today. So let me see if I can find a spot to draw for you. Okay, so here I am on my driveway, and the first thing I'm going to do is decide that my story has 4 macro beats. So I'm going to draw my 4 and my 4. Then I'm going to draw my line for my rhythm solidium. Very good. Now, if we want to, at the end, we can add 2 more lines to tell me that's the end of my story. So what do we want our first macro beat to sound like today? Let's make it a do. Let's keep it easy. Okay, so I'm going to draw my note head on that line I drew, and it's up to you. You can make your stems go up on the right or down on the left. Your choice. Just don't make any cherries. I'm going to draw mine down today, so they're going to go on the left-hand side. Okay, I have 1 macro beat done. Let's make my next macro beat say do day. So this time I need 2 note heads. Do day. I need 2 stems, and I'm going to add my bead. Got it. Now I have my bead. Okay, let's see my next macro bead. Let's use a rest today. Remember, when we draw a rest, we're going to draw a Z. Don't pick up your chalk. And draw a C. That's what our rest looks like. And finally, let's end this story with another macro beat. Do. Okay. This is probably a pretty easy review rhythm, but let's take a look at it. My story says, do, day, do. How cool. Okay, I think I'm going to make my driveway fun. Let's switch to my red piece of chalk or pink piece of chalk here, and I might try to draw one and add a do today to this time. And at home, you can do just 4 macro beats, or like my story said inside, you could add more beats than 4, and you could use a bar line to separate your measures. You could draw a really long story on your driveway. I have a long driveway, so I could draw a pretty long story if I wanted. But for today, let's just do one more story together. This time we're going to keep it in 4-4, 2 big 4s. I'm going to draw my line a little longer because I might have need some more space in my rhythm. Keep going. There we go. Little extra room. Okay, here we go. Let's start our story with a do today tag. I need 4 note heads for that. Do ta day ta. Woo, it takes longer to draw them on the driveway because they're bigger. Okay, I'm going to add my 4 stems. And because this says do to data, I need 2 beams this time. 1, 2. How about that? Pretty cool. Okay, so there's my do to data. How many more macro beats do I need? 3. That's right. Okay, so do to data. What should be next? Do? Okay. Add my do. Add my stem. I'm good to go. I've got 2 macro beats down, 2 more to go. Chalk dust there. Let's make my next beat. What do we think? Do day? Okay. Do day. And last but not least, just enough space on my camera screen, let's put a rest. Remember, a Z and a C. Awesome, so here's my second story. This one says, do to data do day, how fun. Okay, so I hope that if you have some chalk this week, you'll go outside and you'll, even if it's chilly, you'll put on a jacket and you'll write some rhythm stories on your sidewalk. And how cool would it be if you could write some stories and then have a neighbor walk by when you're safe inside and read them and then switch, vice versa, right? Or you could do this with your siblings and be kind of a little closer in the driveway doing this, practicing some rhythm reading. Come up with something really cool and creative and send it to me. Send me a video of you reading your rhythms that you drew, or a picture of you drawing them. It's going to be nice to be outside, a little warmer, hopefully by the time you're doing this, and I can't wait to see what you come up with. So have a great week. I hope you have fun with this, and we'll see you soon. Bye.